Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. Hey, YouTube. Oh, that sounds better. Okay, happy Monday. Well, I can't believe it. I have got a secret admirer. Well, maybe it's not so secret anymore because my admirer has come forth and said how much they admire me. Apparently, they want me. They think I'm sexy or something. I don't know. But I don't experience it very much. I'm 61 years old, so I don't get hit on a whole lot. But it's not that this person, that's not what they said. It's just the way they said it. I could tell they really want to get with me. So I want to talk about it a little bit. But first, I want you guys to hear what my admirer had to say about me. Okay, here we go. We gotta turn this around.
I can do whatever the fuck I want to. If I want to have a 50 person sex party here, I can. Ain't no one, I'm the only person paying the bills here. I took a shower in bed, but I always do. That nigga came over here crying. Tears in his eyes. Sitting in his chair over here. Walked through this door. Y'all only have some sympathy for that faggot. I hope AIDS kills his ass. And it will eventually. I don't give a shit about a fag with AIDS. Some of them deserve it.
Oh.
Some of them deserve it. Mm-hmm. Timothy Blaine, thank you for promoting my YouTube channel, you AIDS infested old bastard. And your day of death is coming soon. That man has done everything in his power to promote my channel. He just don't know. Y'all, I got a text today.
That's enough. You guys can look up Walter if you want to hear more of that. So, Walter's in love with me. Walter, I knew you was hateful. I always did know you were hateful. But I am surprised that you are so vocal about your hatred. You say you want people with AIDS to die? Is that what you said? I'm not dead. I've had HIV for over 30 years, and I'm still here. I know that annoys you because it messes up your whole content. We're supposed to get sick and die. Maybe God had mercy on us. God provided the doctors with the formula to keep us alive. Why don't you celebrate that, arrogant, bald-headed? Anyway, I've decided I'm not going to go that route, getting to no shouting match with Walter Lee Hampton, because he's such an aggressive man. He needs to be handled gently. So I don't know what was so horrible about what I said in my video, Walter Lee Hampton. I don't know how you can come on YouTube, you've been on here for years, decades, and make a 20-part video, a 20-part series of videos supposedly about this guy, Mr. X, but really just hammering HIV people, gay people, promiscuous people, Christians, just hammering the shit out of basically every species on earth. You ain't too hard on the white people. I guess you like to focus on the N-words. Walter's a sad case, but I don't know why you jumped so swiftly on this particular video, because I made much harsher videos about you several times, and you never responded. You never had anything to say about it. But somehow or other, my just speaking on this latest video you made, I think this was in, you made a series, supposed to be 20 episodes. This is part 4 that you're speaking in here. So thank you for including me. Walter, you're going to have to do something about that steroid abuse, brother. I'm sorry. Somebody needs to tell you. Your loved ones apparently don't want to tell you nothing because I don't think you receive information very well. But it must be entertaining. So you're getting something out of this thing by bringing all this online. Because when I posted that video, I had to almost break my wrist deleting so many comments because there were so many people who still love and admire you. And I'm thinking, who are these people who are listening to this man rip apart? I mean, Most black people aren't most of us Christian. I mean, we might not practice Christianity, we might not go to church, but basically aren't most of us Christians? So how do you go on here and say these horrible things about our Savior? I mean, just horrible. The way you talk about any kind of religion. We all understand you're not religious, so why don't you just leave it at that? The horrible things you said, I could play this video here. People would be grabbing hold to their wigs and holding them onto their heads of the things you said about people. Not only people with HIV, AIDS as you call it, because you said you didn't hate people with HIV, but right there, I can play it again for you. You hate AIDS-infested motherfuckers. Yet you come on here and tell us a story about this guy you've been in a relationship with, which I assume close to a year or several months, who was lying to you about his HIV status and who you were sleeping with for all this time, and you only found out recently that he was lying. So tell us more about your situation. Just stay focused on yourself. Don't worry about our eternal souls. You were sleeping with this man for, I guess, close to a year, going on trips with him. He's saying that he's saying that he is negative, and you were convinced that he's trying to infect you with HIV. Well, what was going on then? Why was this such an issue? Were you guys wearing protection for this whole 9 or 10 months? I would hope that would be the case. I would hope that you, Walter Lee Hampton, who knows so much about HIV, has enough sense to recognize you have to protect yourself. This is not the first time we went through this with you, where you blaming the other person, the person who's HIV. Now, if he was interested in you and he wanted to be with you, knowing your views about HIV people, you thought he was going to tell you that he was HIV, and that's when the love making was going to start? Child, please. Walter, you're a hateful person. But for some reason, these people seem to still like you. They follow you. You got over 50,000 followers. I assume this is the way you're paying your bills. You don't say much about it, but so perhaps a lot of people harbor that anger in them. I just can't imagine who would be interested in hearing you rant and rant and rant about not only people with HIV, which of course this is why I'm interested in you. I'm only interested in your case because you talk so much shit about people like me. But the Christian religion, the things that come out of your mouth, it feels like it's your ceiling should just fall in on your bald head. The nasty things that you say, and then not only is it, Squiddy, come here, get it, bum, come here. The nasty things, and then the things you say about black people. I mean, aren't you a black people? Aren't you, this word you use obsessively, this N word, aren't you that same thing? These gays in Atlanta, Georgia, don't you live in Atlanta, Georgia? I mean, the ones you seem to hate the most are the people who live around you. The people who are in Atlanta, Georgia, if they are black, they are your enemy. If they have HIV, they are your enemy. If they have sex outside of marriage, they're your enemy. So many are your enemy. If they practice the Christian religion, they are your enemy. I mean, who is not your enemy? You come on and tell us long stories about all these friends you got to tell you this. My friend told me that. My friend told me that. My friend, girl, I don't know about these people who follow you, but I don't see how in the hell you're going to have all these friends. I really don't. You got all these friends. You need to start showing some receipts, because I don't believe it. I don't think nobody's coming out pouring all the HIV stories to you of all the people on this planet. Now, I don't know what Mr. X's motives were. I don't know what his frame of mind, why he wanted to get involved with somebody like you. I can't imagine. Me, myself, I like skinny boys. So for me, I don't see how you're impressive. The only thing you have going for you that I see is muscles. So people who are really, really into muscles, they might look past all of your aggression. But if they care about you and love you, I think they should speak a little more about this addiction you have to steroids. You're 50, Walter. You already said many times you have high blood pressure. when you come onto the screen now, because I haven't watched you in a couple of years at least, your breathing is like, I said, did he just run around the corner or something? Your breathing is labored. You have high blood pressure, and you're shooting up steroids. Perhaps, Walter, you need to take a look at that. Now, I'm not going to go in about whatever your struggle is. I don't care enough to go in about it. But I don't know how you expect to go ahead and say these horrible things about people with HIV, living with AIDS, or HIV. I live with HIV for over 30 years, but however you want to see it, honey. How can you do that for year after year after year and think no one has anything, no comment? Are these people all just scary people? I don't understand. There should be videos made about you on a daily or weekly basis. People need to speak out about your hatred. You're a hateful, nasty person, dude. Now, I don't know what the situation is, but you're telling us, are you suggesting that you've been having unprotected sex with this man because you thought he was HIV negative? What idiot is having unprotected sex with a person for over a year because they said they're negative? You of all people. Yes, we understand that you're hurt. Yes, Mr. X hurt you, hurt your feelings and all that. It seems to me, Mr. X, I don't understand his motives myself. Because knowing that he was watching you and seeing your personality and seeing how mean and nasty, and I would imagine pretty violent on steroids, how volatile you are, it seems to me, why would he want to be interested or with a person like you? So you suggested that he came there from Texas just to infect you with HIV. Boy, if you're stirring up that kind of hatred, if you are stirring up hatred enough where somebody wants to infiltrate your life with the purpose, move to another state with the purpose of giving you HIV and watching you die from AIDS, honey, you putting out a lot of hatred in the world. I can't imagine nobody being that obsessed with another person. But I did want to respond because your comments were so nasty. Let's hear them again, just so we're clear. I want to be clear on why I'm responding to you. Okay? Okay.
That nigga came over here crying.
No, it's too far away.
I got a text today. I don't give a shit about a fag with AIDS. Some of them deserve it. Some of them deserve it. Timothy Blaine, thank you for promoting
You're welcome.
YouTube channel, you AIDS infested old bastard. And your day of death is coming soon.
Thank you.
That man has done everything in his power to promote my channel. He just don't know. Yo, I got a text today.
I've done everything in my power to promote your channel. I made one video in response to a man who said he was going to make a 20-part series on the subjects covering black people, Christian people, AIDS, everything that I am, you wanted to talk about, but I'm supposed to have no response. Say nothing. Just let Walter just rant and rant and rant and rant. Walter, get yourself some help. The steroids are killing you. And I'm just taking you seriously for a second here. Your breathing is labored. See, I haven't seen you in a while, so I can recognize that this is something new. Your breathing is labored. You got high blood pressure, and now you're crossing 50 years old. I think it's time you take a serious look at that. Nobody wants to see your body. If they want to see a muscle man, I'm sure they'd rather see a muscle man, a 30-year-old muscle man, 25-year-old muscle man, 27-year-old muscle man. What's the point of being a muscle man if you're so hateful that you can't be with nobody anyway? You got hurt. Everybody gets hurt. Everybody gets hurt, but we don't have to be so bitter, nasty, and the violent things that you say on your videos, Walter. That's horrible. You calling us the N-word, but aren't you the one that's the N-word? Aren't you the one prone to violence at the drop of a hat? Don't you threaten your own family members online for all the world to see? And now you exposing this man again now about his status. Maybe he don't want everybody to know his status, honey. If he ain't fucking them, he don't think it's any of their business. We don't know the entire situation there. We have no idea. Seems to me you would ask him point blank right from the beginning what his status was. And I don't know how that would change your sexual activity. You have to protect yourself, and let's hope that you have been, since you're wishing AIDS on me in my early death. Thank you.
Then a phone call from a Hollywood producer. People reach out to me.